In this video, I'm going to share with you my top 5 tips on how you can prevent several orthopedic surgeries. How's it going, guys? This is Chris with HealthyConsumer.com, back with another episode of Working Body Wednesdays. Working Body Wednesdays is where we talk about posture, functional movement, and hardening your body so it's better able to handle the demands of daily life. If that sounds like something that's interesting to you, be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so you never miss another video again. I want to start off and make a disclaimer that I am by no means against surgery, and as a physical therapist, I recognize and appreciate that there are times where elective surgeries or emergency surgeries are necessary. I'm sharing with you tips and patterns for things that I've seen after seeing hundreds, if not thousands, of patients by now. First up is to take flexibility seriously. As we age, it is critical that we find a practice that allows us to remain flexible. There are several different systems that people use, whether you find someone that's a great yoga teacher or a Pilates instructor, or maybe a physical therapist or a personal trainer has designed a specific flexibility routine for you. The reason this is important is if you have imbalances in your muscles and one group of muscles is particularly tight, it can change the mechanics of your joint, so it can throw things off in, say, your knee or your hip, and then it can make you more prone to degeneration in that joint. Similarly is functional movement and strengthening. So having somebody sit down on a bench and do some of those long arc quads where they just straighten their knee a bunch of times isn't gonna cut it, guys. We need to have a combination of functional movement patterns, so things that you do in your daily life. People can get a lot of benefit out of doing body weight exercises if they don't already have an incredible amount of degeneration in their joints. Try not to see the body in isolation, so you're not just doing tricep extensions or those kickback exercises at the gym. Instead, turn that into a functional movement like a push-up. It's critical that we get weight bearing through our joints, through our extremities, so we can signal to our body that we're not in a decline. And yes, we need to keep laying down bone so we're strong and able to make it through the world. Next up, and if you guys know me, you knew I was gonna go there, is nutrition. It is critical that you're not just taking like a calcium supplement. We need to be getting all these different nutrients that support circulation and bone health. So we need to have everything like phosphorus, like vitamin D, like vitamin K, 1 and 2. All critical components to having good circulation and good bone health, which help feed off each other. So how do you do this, you might ask? It all starts with adding in more whole foods. And I've said this before, don't worry so much about cutting out the bad stuff, just start adding in more good stuff. And by doing that over time, you can crowd out some of the bad stuff as your taste buds evolve and adapt over time. You have to keep introducing over and over and over these good foods. They say that it takes up to 12 times of trying a food before your body and taste buds start to adapt. So that's quite a bit if you think about it. Many people give up long before that. If the planning part of that seems difficult for you, check out a digital meal planner like Plan to Eat, which I have an affiliate link in the description below for you. I'll be happy to share some of my whole food recipes with you that make this process easier. Next is to think about the joints that are surrounding your painful or degenerated joint. Let's take example your knee. If you're having some degeneration in your knee, it's critical that you have someone assess what's going on around the knee. Is your hip strong enough to support your knee alignment? Is your foot strong enough to support your knee alignment? Remember that each joint is not in isolation, and all the surrounding joints are going to affect that joint as well. So see a skilled physical therapist who's going to look at you outside the box. They're not going to just see you as a shoulder patient, or you're just another shoulder person, or you're just another back patient, or you're just another hip patient. You are not those things. You are a person, you are a whole being, and you deserve to be treated like that and assessed like that. Lastly is getting your steps in. Quantify your steps in whatever way possible. If you like the Fitbit or tracking those kind of things, that's great. Whatever works for you, get those steps in. That's more weight-bearing exercise. Get those 10,000 steps in a day. It's been shown repeatedly in the literature now that that helps to reduce degeneration in the knees. So I'd like to hear from you guys. Leave a comment in the comment section below on how you've slowed down the degeneration of a joint, whether it's your knee, your foot, your hip, your elbow, your shoulder, whatever joint it is. Have you been able to avoid surgery? If not, and you've had surgery, what have you done to keep your joints in good condition? This has been another episode of Working Body Wednesdays. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so you never miss another video again. I try to post every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, so be sure to check back next Wednesday. I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday.